Hello, YouTube. I just wanted to remind everybody that I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. It's been several months after my dad's death. Yeah, I can use the word death. Um, I guess we're hanging in there. We're holding our own. But you gotta do what you gotta do, and you gotta move on and take care of yourself, and that's that. But I didn't come on here to make that kind of video. Today I'm going to be talking about a particular issue that has been bothering me of sorts lately. And I think this is an issue that everybody can relate to. And that issue, as far as I'm concerned, is school bullying, referring to bullying in the public schools. As everybody is aware of, there's been, within the last year or so, an increasing amount of reports about young children, teens, aka adolescents, if you will, and young adults who have become the targets of bullying itself. And this is a problem that I think has become a very big problem that I believe must be addressed across the board. And it doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care at all if you're an independent. I don't even care if you're a Libertarian or a Green Party member. I don't care what you are, to be honest. But we have to address that this is a very big problem and that it does need to be addressed hands down. A lot of the school bullying I've been hearing within the last year, although this is a subject that did get some national news, that did get some discussion on the national front, it's pretty much died down, but you do hear it. And people haven't totally forgotten about it. We've heard about the recent bullying in the college campuses, how people were bullied and teased, which led to the suicide of a gay college student. And then, we're hearing about this across the board, where so many of our young children today and our teens and everybody else who have been thrusted into this problem are swept up into it. Well, there's a big reason. It's one reason only. It's the state's involvement in the schools. Now, I realize that many progressives say that we need to have public schools, we need to have public school money, it's Republican intolerance that's the problem, it's the evil free market, it's blah, 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 blah. If we just had, if we just have the ability to outlaw guns, put in more metal detectors, and have more zero tolerance and gun-free reforms in the schools, if we just be more politically correct, if we do all these kinds of reforms, like throw more money into the schools, like I've been hearing so many people on the left, on the progressive side have been saying, then yeah, of course we'll be better off. And then I hear on the right where they're blaming video games, because of kids being violent, being bullies, and not to mention they're using guns in the schools and whatnot. But it's the schools themselves that are the problem. It's easy to point the fingers at so many different special interest groups, so many different groups across the board, but nobody wants to identify the real big elephant in the room, and that's the state. It's the biggest albatross on the progress of education in our society, particularly the Department of Education, for instance. Even though very little, even though the Department of Ed gives very little amount of money, public funds, to the schools, but the schools raise a lot of those funds at the state levels due to either high taxes, high property taxes, or through the state lotteries. So it behooves, parents to do something about this. What can be done? What can we do to solve the problem of the school bullying? Number one, we can tell kids, those kids that are bullying, that are doing these things, that it's wrong. Let me spell the word wrong. W-R-O-N-G. With an exclamation point. It's wrong. You don't bully other kids. It's still wrong. The bullying seems to be focused on kids who are either, not of the norm, kids who are either gay or straight or lesbian, or if they're, dressing up in Gothic, or if they're Wiccan or what have you, or pagan, or whatever the case may be. Yes, it's true. I am not just a practitioner of Sigiriya, not only am I Wiccan, I'm also an anarchist / libertarian. I believe in a personal responsibility, individual liberty, and getting the state out of so many areas of our society. That's another issue for another day. I'm sure there are other Wiccans on YouTube here who are going to disagree with me, but that's their deal. Number two, don't talk to your kids like they're a bunch of idiots. And this message goes to the parents. Start talking to them as if they really matter. Start talking to them that, they're not idiots, they're not stupid, but start, taking control of your kids' education. Educate them at home. Start unschooling them, homeschooling them. Try a different variety of methods. Don't send your kids to the public school. That's point number three. Number four, start, have like a little, say like a little event together. Start talking about, what are the problems that teens are facing in this day and age. This is a very big issue, and it won't go away. There are lots of different reasons that kids are having problems. They're just not telling you what those reasons are. Do something about it. Take action. Take control. Whatever the case may be. The problems seem to be focused on things like, the kids who are in the primary schools, meaning the elementary schools, from K to 6th grade, to the middle schools from 7th to 8th and 9th, and the high schools 10th, 11th, and 12th. You got to do something about all that bullying. And it's bleeding right into the colleges, by the way. They're carrying it for life. So if you want to deal with bullying, start treating your kids like human beings, parents, and start telling them that bullying is not acceptable in our society. It's a big problem, and it needs to be addressed, not by the state, but by other alternative means. Be surprised what you can come up with to solve a lot of the problems in this world, and not just rely on the state. Having said that, I love you guys. Thank you for so much. I love you all. Mwah. 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 And having said that, take it easy, guys. Enjoy the weekend. Love you all. God bless. See ya.